All right. We are back on the A Show, WrestleMania Prediction Party 2025. And we're gonna be talking about the women now, man. And this is probably like this is the section that I like the most every year because it always incites so much emotion. And in order to do this correctly, we had to get the right guest for the occasion. We wanted her on for a while. I mean, this she's like the jack of all trades, creative director of White and Kennedy. She's behind some of the best and greatest campaigns that you've seen, and probably ones that you didn't even know she was behind. But she's here on the show today, first time ever. I'm so glad to have her on. Jordan Dinwiddie, what's going on, man?
Hi. Nothing.
Aloha.
Just, just here. Just here hanging out. I know. I'm just here. No, I am. I am happy to be here. We were trying to make this happen for a long time, and I'm glad we could finally make it happen during Mania season.
Yes, yes, and you know, again, I'm always been a big fan of yours, and I'm honored that you're a big fan of what we do over here at the A Show. So
Of
this
course.
is it's time for it to happen. It was just time for
I
it to
mean,
happen.
yeah. No, I mean, we've all been friends on the internet for how long? Since like 2015, 16,
Bro,
something like that.
long,
Something like
long,
that. Long time.
long ass
Yeah,
time.
I'm a fan of you lifting heavy weight and putting it down.
Are you
That
trying to?
is,
Are you going to the PC? When I saw that, I was like, oh man,
I
she PC.
mean, I mean,
you could.
fun fact: there's a wrestling school out here, and there's a promotion out here called DOA Wrestling. And before I saw my very first commercial, I was like, I got a little money now. I'm gonna go to wrestling school. And then I sold my first commercial, and I never went back. They never saw me again. No, I went like I went for like 3 classes, and then yeah, they was like, Jordan, you want to go make a LeBron commercial? I said, yeah, bye.
Yeah, it's over.
All
It's
right,
over.
wait. What did you learn in the first 3 classes? I'm interested.
Had a promo class that was easy. Especially in Oregon. Promo class, bumps, running the ropes. I can do a sunset flip.
Oh,
Ooh.
what? I can't even do that shit.
Yeah, I can do a sunset flip. I mean, I could. Please don't ask my big ass to do it now. But 2014 Jordan could do a sunset flip.
But you're like all over the world. You're all over the place, man. You've done a TED Talk, which I watched, and I watched it again. I actually watched it when it first came out. I watched it again before we did this, just so I
Embarrass
could
me.
bring myself up to speed again. But like you're like the self-proclaimed fangirl, and one thing that I love is that like I always say like people within media now, it's people think it's a bad thing to be a fan. And I'm just like, that is like one of the best things to be is a fan, like a fan of something. Can you like just kind of, if you can, talk about how like wrestling has like and what and what you do in your day to day life and at work and everything. How did wrestling like kind of fit into that? How does what you learn from wrestling fit into what you do for
Mm,
commercials for like Nike and the WNBA and everything like that?
that's a good. That's a good one. I think wrestling. How I bring wrestling into my everyday life, besides just like speaking in wrestling terminology to people and they look at me like I'm crazy. I think being in a room where I'm usually the only black woman and definitely like the only black woman like in charge,
Yeah.
you kind of do have to kind of put on like another persona. You know what I mean? Like it is me kind of dialed up to a 10. It is
Mm.
me kind of like, you know what I mean? There is a work me is not actually real me
Right.
unless I'm friends with you. Um
You have friends in the room right now.
I do have friends in the room. So I think that's really it. Also, I am also one of the creative directors on Jordan Brand, and I'm trying to figure out how to meet Roman Reigns every day.
I mean, y'all give him so much stuff. Like, I mean, it's
I don't give him nothing because they don't give me nothing. Jordan Brand gives him so much stuff,
Yeah.
and I remember when the Air Reigns hoodie was like you remember. I
Yeah.
texted everybody I knew, and I was like, "How do I get one? How do I get one? How do I get one?" I know that there's more than the one that he wore
Yeah.
that are made. And they was like, I'll try. And everybody just like fell off the face of the map. So,
Ghosted you.
yeah.
Hey,
But I asked, I said, closed mouths don't get fed. Give me an Air Rain hoodie. That is not hard to get. I'm not asking for those shoes. I'm asking for the hoodie. That's it.
like what do you think again if you were tasked to do a commercial for Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or anybody like that, what's your first step? Like, what's the first word? Because I know as a creative director, you guys like you go off of like the one action word. Like, how do we give it to the how do we give it to the consumer or the person that's going to be feeding into this? Like, what's the word? Like, what do you bring it to the table? If WWE says, Jordan, we need you to make a commercial for this wrestler.
If it's about Roman Reigns, I'm probably not writing some big manifesto because I feel very like LeBron James. But I would treat Roman the way that like Nike treated LeBron back in like during that like witness era. LeBron, I would try to do something very epic. Like I'm not doing comedy for him.
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those like I'm in a dark room, like working out, doing pull-ups. Like it's gonna be like super, super like intense. Whereas like Cody, I'm gonna have like kissing babies and stuff.
Yeah. The Cody one is, remember that old Aloe Black song? I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Hell yeah, like him just like running and then kids all follow behind him. Like,
of course.
You know what I mean?
And he runs up to a mural of him also holding kids or something.
Exactly. Exactly. And Liberty's just right there, like on their shoulder with them big old eyes. With them big old big eyes she got.
Very Superman coded for sure.
Yeah, very.
Another thing we wanted to do with you before we kick off the predictions. This is our first time, so we gotta like try. Like, it's not an actual episode. Like, if you're an actual episode, we'd be like doing everything, but we gotta actually get to these Mania matches because the show is already 4 hours long. It's already as long as Mania. But me and Mills want to talk about the best dressed wrestlers and the flyest wrestlers in the game,
or who has the best style. Because maybe better than best dressed. Because like is it mean to say to find a well-dressed wrestler is very hard to find?
Did you just see my face?
So maybe I'm thinking like style.
Best dressed. Do they have to be in WWE? Or
no, I don't think so. No,
they don't. No. But I swear, if you say swerve, I'm ending the
call. That was never coming out of my mouth. That was never coming out of my mouth. I'm gonna be on the right side of history with that one.
Okay, thank
you. Best dressed wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of them. Even if you have more than one in mind, you know what I'm saying.
So, strictly off of the Kendrick genes, I'm gonna say Seth right now.
Okay.
In this more dialed back kind of King Troy era where he's still.
I like how you mentioned that. The dialed backness is where I'm at with it.
It's a lot more dialed back. I mean, like the accessories are still very King Troy, but there's a bit of a calmness that's come with the looks lately. Like he's not dressing like Thug no more.
It reflects with the character he's in right now, where he is very much like he is reserved. He's not the peacock, so to speak, anymore. Like he's pretty. I love the kind of the Oliver Slate outfit he had on SmackDown with the flaming boots, like the Bray Wyatt he had on.
Yeah.
I told Rob the same thing. I was like, "Yo, I really like Seth's fit tonight. Holy shit!"
I think Seth's been doing very well.
And then the Titantrons mix up with it too. That's another thing we can't forget. His Trons have matched his moods. Yes, and nobody else in the game is doing it right now.
I have also noticed that. Who else can dress? Well, I'm gonna always put over my dear friend Alexis Littlefoot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say that. Shout out to sis. But these women, Lord, I'm gonna say. Ooh, Lord. It's really hard.
What if we name people? I'll name people. Jade.
All
right, Jade. Naomi. You guys have to watch the video version of this. You guys have to watch the video version of this. Liv Morgan.
She's all right. She's all right.
Bianca Belair. Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't think. Go ahead.
I don't think Beyonce can dress. That don't mean that she's not great at what she do.
Hey, flex bombs all over.
You don't have it in there, do you?
No. It won't show up. It won't pop up because of that.
Okay. Can I say, you know what? Low key. In terms of what? Yeah. Hit the screen, Justin. In terms of what I was looking for style, and I was kind of looking down my timeline in terms of who's there. I would say that, and I know I don't know if Justin's gonna give me the hella side eye for this. Lee Moriarty does a good job at trying to blend two different worlds together.
Who?
Lee Moriarty.
Oh, Lee, yeah. Okay. Lee, yeah. Lee.
Justin.
No, that wasn't shade to Lee. I didn't know what you said. Lee, yes. Lee is very good. Shout out Lee. I don't know you, Lee. That was not shade at all. That was one that he turned your name into one word. I'm so sorry.
What about Natalia, Natty?
Why are you doing this?
She too, but my thing with Natty, she too designer down. She'll have a whole Louis Vuitton outfit.
Because she ain't got no kids.
Do y'all remember when she was in that red lace outfit? Like a couple.
Yeah, it was on the Netflix episode. It was a Netflix Raw, right?
It was fire. Jordan, Snow Bunny mind control. All right.
Okay, how about this? I think Charlotte can dress. I really enjoy Charlotte. Now.
Jordan, come on. Over Jade?
Jade,
it's all jumpsuits.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like put on some pants at some point. Like
okay, let's go to the men. Let's go back to the men real quick.
Okay.
Let's go back to the men real quick. Dom Mysterio.
I like Dom.
I think
he's got a calm fit.
He dresses how his age is. He dresses to his age.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a calm fit. There might be some, there might be a nice pair of sneakers. I mean, I don't know if that was the same off-white shirt that he was wearing for a while, or if he had bought a couple of them.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. But
I think
I'm always got something.
I think they probably tell him to wear the same one just for uniformity. Just for uniformity there. Because I mean, you look at his Instagram, he got that shit on. Like he be having all types of shit.
Always.
What about his dad, Rey Mysterio?
Have y'all seen those pictures of Elton John in Atlanta?
No. All right, I'm looking it up now.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Him and Natty are going like bar for bar over who can do the most like designer down.
Yeah. He be having LV stuff. He was like, I didn't even know LV made those.
Oh my god.
He also be like Gucci down.
Yeah.
He be Gucci down.
Two down
with Gucci shit I ain't never seen before. But
you can tell someone comes to his house with
that man be
some outfits.
I am surprised we ain't seen Ray at a show. How much money he spent?
Yeah, exactly. Like Ray, I feel like Ray got gambling problems. He might have a little bit of gambling problems. He dressed like the T.O. who be at the casino in Mexico and making bad decisions. That's what Ray dressed like for sure. Who else is on this list? I mean, we got to go there. Finn Balor.
Finn now as he gets older, it's like I was like, oh, okay. I guess because I'm just not used to seeing him with clothes on for real.
Yeah.
So now the fact that he like wears jeans and stuff, I'm okay. Yeah, like that's
it's
right.
like it's a lot of like basics and stuff.
Yeah,
like, that's how I feel like he's
very simple. I will say that the Finn shirt they made for him is very like finally famous. Like feel like something I buy off like Carmeloop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's very like 2013, 2012 coded. Remember the joggers? We used to wear the joggers up to our past our ankles. You can see our socks. That's how Finn dresses every day.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. This is more strictly with the character. How did you feel when Solo switched his character and started wearing suits? What did you think about the suits?
He looked like The Weeknd. I didn't understand. It was the gloves. The gloves really set me off. It was just like, why do you dress like The Weeknd? It wasn't even the red blazer. It was the red blazer with the gloves.
Yeah. And like it seems like he had a black pants on and stuff like that. Like literally going bar for bar with The Weeknd.
I always like Solo dressed like how he feel like Nino Brown dressed. Like he thinks he is like Nino Brown, and that's how he was dressing.
Sure, but he looked like he might have thought he was Nino Brown.
He looked like
but he looked like The Weeknd.
The weekday. The fortnight.
Week off. It was the week off.
The week off is crazy. No, I mean, I think that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the discussion on anything.
Yeah, because
Because
I mean, I would say that Montez Ford is an interesting dress, but he be wearing full leopard print suits. That should be nuts to me.
Well, but see, I love it when couples are that head ass together. They can do that. Like, I appreciate that. Like me and my man, we don't do that. We don't do
Yeah,
that. He
yeah,
don't even like to match sneakers. He
yeah.
don't. He be like, like you wearing
I
your
feel
things, I'm
that.
wearing something else. And I was like, no, we could be look. He's like, no, we're not. I'm not doing that.
Not too matchy
But like,
matchy.
so I admire couples who really do like enjoy that and find joy in that.
Yeah,
That's just not how I was raised.
yeah, for sure. Well, that is the world according to the fangirl. In terms of
Oh my god, they gonna think I'm evil, child.
no, I want to say something, but y'all
The
gonna
people
think
who listen to this podcast won't think you're evil. Trust
no.
Okay.
They'll largely our Discord will largely agree with you on a lot of
Right.
this stuff because
Right.
you know at this point we're doing everything for the Discord. They love us. That's our community. That's our family. And I'm pretty sure you gained about 70 new fans over the Christmas.
Everybody join mine. It's called Bad Bitches Only. There's like 6 of us in that motherfucker. So please
Listen.
join.
Keep it a small group. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to moderate shit.
Well, let's get into WrestleMania proper. Mills, where you want to start with the women's matches on this card? Do we want to start with the most salacious one?
Let's start. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that out of the way. I mean, I think all of them have their own level of mess.
Yes.
So it's kind of like really ranking the level of mess that comes with each. But let's start with the messiest, which is thus far. We go to mid mess, and then we end with some mess that's going on to try to figure that out. And the messiest one thus far is clearly somehow Charlotte versus Tiffany for the WWE Women's Championship. How did we get here?
We got here because Charlotte decided
to clock in.
In December. We started seeing vignettes, and if you listen to the A show, I was like, Meals, I called this months ago. I said, Meals, these vignettes are not a good idea. They're not a good look, and they're actually actively kind of annoying because if she's coming back on this wave, she's going to get booed.
Well, right. You're coming back from an ACL surgery, right? Like, so one would think that you're overcoming something, especially being out as long as you did. But then you come back as like, not only am I rich, but I'm the baddest queen that's ever existed. And, ACL was just a setback, but here's my diamond earrings and stuff like that. Like, people are going to be like, oh, it's just Charlotte on her. It's Charlotte on her shit.
Yeah.
So she returned at the Royal Rumble.
Somehow, and Charlotte returned.
And fully won the Royal Rumble almost instantly. Had to pick between her choices. And even the way she picked her choice was kind of messy. Because it was like, well, Rhea's kind of childish.
Yeah. She called Rhea child. But Rhea was like, bitch, don't pick me.
She went to NXT to humor them.
Yeah. The NXT thing was odd. Because even when she went to NXT, they booed her there too. And we should have seen the writing on the wall for this program because we all knew where it was going to be. But for her to even act like she was going to pick Julia at the time was just like, nigga, come on.
I think she respects she respects people, especially considering like Asuka and stuff like that, respects the ladies from overseas, respects people like that. So I think that she wanted to go and at least say like, hey, I see you.
Have a moment with them.
But it really wasn't a moment. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually she comes to SmackDown and she chooses Tiffany. And
Tiffany begged.
She did. She said Tiffany did go out there and say like,
pick me, please pick me.
I'm the one.
She asked for it.
Oh, is that where?
No. She literally asked her to pick her. I'm not saying she asked for nothing.
That's the thing. Ask for it is doing a lot of work. It's doing a lot of heavy work with the ask for it. But we got week after week of vignette of segment where Charlotte will come out, and remember Tiffany was in the throes of the Nia Jax program at the time, so that's something that they had not wrapped up before this. But she'd come out almost like whoop Tiffany's ass. After Tiffany's ass got whooped, sit on chairs, be like, I'm picking you, Sierra Mania, woo, and then drop the mic. And Tiffany just looked like a dork. She looked like a dweeb for a large part of this program. And I think a lot of people can agree. Like, she did not look good when they went overseas. The pull apart brawl where Tiffany was not caught by Charlotte any time when she did the moonsault, whether it be off the ring or off the top of the damn set design. It just looked dumb. And then we get to kind of the inflection point here, and that was a side by side, like we are here now, promo where Charlotte just walked all over Tiffany, and we had to wait 2 long weeks until we got to basically the segment that everyone's talking about, the segment that's got everybody interested in this. Jordan, what did you think about the segment between Tiffany and Charlotte? We're going on like 2 weeks now of this segment, but what did you feel about that segment when you first saw it? Like, it was the most talked about thing on SmackDown, and there was a Roman segment on it, so like that means a lot.
What I'll say is, going back to the side by side, is I was bored. So I'm one of the few faithful Charlotte fans. I love Charlotte. I've loved Charlotte since like NXT. I really respect her. I do consider her one of the greatest. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I was bored to tears up until the side by side.
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of Housewives. I watch a lot of reality TV where women argue.
Yeah.
And sometimes a bitch has to clock in to really get that check. So I'm gonna drum up as much mess because we need to sell this show. Like, we need to sell this match. We need to get this check. Like why are we here having brunch and we ain't talking about nothing and the camera's here?
Yeah.
So I think Charlotte clocked in on that side by side, and Tiffany couldn't keep up. That was very apparent. Right. Now the second one, I think I sat there and I said, "What the fuck is this? What is going on?"
Was it the moment when Tiffany came out with the exact outfit that she was wearing?
Well, they've been doing it. Well, they've been doing it the entire time. They've been wearing the same outfits the entire program. Like going back to when they were in Europe. Why are they both in like an off shade of the same shade of pink?
Yeah, of blue. Yeah, pink. Yeah.
Yeah, like they were both in like glittery pink gear. Like,
yeah,
something about that is very strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
That nobody is like, "Hey girl, go change." Like, nobody has told either of them, "Hey girl, go change." And I think at this point, it's like, I think they're trying to mirror each other in some way.
Yeah, the substance.
Yeah, it's like yes, exactly, the substance. That's exactly what is happening. Yeah. But somehow, like, Demi Moore is more capable as like this old lady talking crazy in her house than Margaret Qualley.
Yeah.
Now, me and my boyfriend have talked about this. That girl did not have to bring up the marriages. That lady was just on Sherry Shepherd talking about the marriages, damn near in tears.
But listen, and my wife is a faithful housewife watcher as well. We watched it together, and she was like,
and she clocked in.
She said the same. She also said, and I quote, "I love a messy bitch." So that's why she at least respected where Tiffany came from, even if she knew she was out of line. She even said, she's out of line, but I love a messy bitch, and this was great, and she loved it. And I think that's like the general consensus among a lot of people. Like, I've seen so much outrage, like, this is outrage, this is crazy. I'm like, bro, it is what it is. Yeah,
it cooked it up to be something interesting, at least. Like, it's at least something noteworthy now that you're going to pay attention to, even if it is for all the wrong reasons, right? Yeah. Like, maybe she will kick her extra hard or something like that. Maybe she will move out the way of a backflip or something along those lines. Like, maybe she ain't taking that. You know what I'm saying? Taking that move.
That's the one thing about Charlotte, is that her matches look like fights. They don't. They're not scripted. They don't look scripted. They look like actual fights. When she puts that boot up, she's going to hit you with that boot. She's seen really kicking you. Look, her and Kyrie, we know this. Her and Kyrie be going to war. Like, where her and Kyrie saying that's her scrapping buddy. They go to war. Her and Asuka, they go to war. Can Tiffany handle it? Now, the thing about Tiffany is that in ring, we know she's there. She's good. I have had conversations, and I've said it on this show. I think the rush to make her a babyface was quite fast, and I don't think she's ready to do that. But the reaction Charlotte is getting, WWE, it's played their hand. You saw what happened in Chicago. I was there in LA. I think you were there too. Were you at the LA Mania? We were there when they completely turned on her in the Rhea during the Rhea match. It was so much. Let's go Rhea. Fuck you, Charlotte. There was so much shit in the crowd that night. It was almost 90-10 Rhea that night. I'm expecting it to be 100% Tiffany Stratton at Mania, and I think Charlotte, if she's gonna get flustered in this promo, she needs to be prepared for what's coming during this match.
I think it's gonna go the other way because I think it's just very apparent. Like she can't be a babyface yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't have her. They love Tiffy time, and Tiffy time to me is inherently heel.
Yes.
Like everything that they love about her is actually what makes her a heel. Like, so like, I think whether it's a double turn, something's gonna happen because I just don't think that they can keep that belt on her much longer. When every time she like puts it up, it's upside down.
She was flustered.
Well, she got flustered. I think she was flustered.
No. Every single time. I want y'all to just go back and look. Every single time she throw the thing up, it is Ms. TV. Like every time she throws up, I've noticed. I'm like, it's always upside down. Like I just think that I get it. You strike while the iron's hot, but like she wasn't. I just don't think she wasn't ready. Like she was ready, but she wasn't ready.
Like if we're talking about this match and it's Tiffany Bianca, if it's Tiffany like someone else, like who I think with Charlotte, you gotta come ready. She not ready to like build you up. Like you gotta be already there for her.
You gotta earn it.
She's not great at making people. And me and Mills have talked about this before. Like Becky's really good at that. Mercedes can do it. I think Bailey's probably better than all the four horsewomen of just making somebody and losing and it not affecting her. Charlotte, you got to be like the fully formed product. And if Tiffany, she's there in ring, but character wise, that's where she's going to struggle. And that's where she struggled here. So like when it comes to predictions, I got to say, I don't think I've changed my prediction in any way, shape, or form. I think Charlotte's going to win this title, even though I don't think she should. I think that they need to go with Tiffany a lot longer. But I mean, it's a Money in the Bank reign. I know IYO was kind of like an anomaly with how long she held that title after she won it and cashed in. But Tiffany, I think she needs a little bit more time to chase before she can like fully become that baby face. And I think the perfect person for her to chase, honestly, probably is Charlotte.
Yep. I have to agree. I think Charlotte's taking it for all of the same reasons.
Yeah.
What do you say? Same. No, same. I mean, it's I think Tiffany, as skilled as she is, just hasn't. When you turn face when you win the belt, and you don't really get the chance to really have a good run before you hit that wall that is Charlotte. I mean, they put her with Trish Stratus so she can continue to kind of like build that thing. They put her against Nia Jax. To be honest with you, it's crazy. Nia Jax is not even in this match or anything like that.
Consideration.
I think Nia Jax.
I like what every time I see Nia Jax, I go, "Oh, that's cute."
I love her hair.
Add her to the list.
Her hair is always good. She's got probably some of the best hair out of any of the women.
Her hair is always done, and I'm so glad she stopped like straightening it because the curls are very cute.
Yeah,
very true. So yeah, I'm picking Charlotte. at the end of the day.
Now, if Tiffany wins and Creative decides that Charlotte is the one that should be chasing, I think.
No, Charlotte's going to another brand.
I think so.
I think Charlotte would be like, she'll show up and just,
Charlotte will be on Netflix before we know it, and like feuding with Rhea to make everybody forget what happened.
Yeah, this to me has this match out of all of the matches has the propensity to be a complete and utter what the fuck happened, or am I still the show? I don't know what's going to happen here. Tiffany's great in ring. Like the match quality is not in question. It's everything in between it. The decisions that they make are going to be very interesting. And I'm not sure what will happen here, but we all say Charlotte. So Team Charlotte, woohoo. I don't know. I'm a Tiffany fan, but I don't think she's ready. And I've said this before. I do not think she's ready for the bright lights, but maybe later this year she will be. Next matchup on the card. What do you say, Mills?
Jordan, what would you do if you were in a situation where you had someone that you was cool with and y'all did everything together, And then suddenly, for whatever reason, something happens to you. You know what I'm saying? And you're just out of the picture. You're out of commission. I don't know, something. I don't want to wish anything on you, but you're just out of the picture for right now. You're overseas. You're doing something, and then you see, your homegirl with another friend cosplaying kind of y'all together in a different way. Would you come back and seek vengeance, or or would you understand the situation that's going on? And I'm speaking about Naomi versus Jade, which is this program has evolved certainly over the last
program also long, but I think it's the longest program, all the women.
And then you found out it was actually her friend who sent you on that trip, and you wasn't really you didn't really even really
say
have
what
to
it
go.
is, man. Slimed her out. You got slimed out by your friend. X'd out.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I wouldn't be happy. Be happy. But also I feel like I would be the friend that is the Janet Jackson. I mean, just fix it. Just make it right. Fix it.
Bianca gave up too early. She said, "Fuck it,
She
I'm out."
She said, "Listen, I need y'all to be grown and talk it out. I'm going on vacation. I hope y'all are."
We gonna get to Bianca her Raw vacation. She ain't been on SmackDown in weeks. We're gonna get to her in a second. But
absolutely. How do you feel about Naomi's new character as well? Proceed to caution Naomi.
I really like it. I've always I think that over her time, I think that Naomi's promos have gotten better over time. I think she's definitely grown as a talker. This is the best that she's been. I really do think that time away at TNA really, like, I don't know what clicked for her, but everything has been there for her, like, as a character and like as a fully fledged character, and not just one of the great athletes and athletic people in the company. I think the caution tape's a bit much. We don't need to wear it every week. It doesn't need to be a full outfit. It could be a little hair bow. It doesn't need to be everything.
She ain't making leggings with caution.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, remember those?
Arm sleeves, and some Wonder Woman joints.
Yeah, like,
she's a May. So she needs a different song. She needs to really lock in with the drill. She needs to get maybe like Sleepy Hollow or somebody to do a drill version of "I'm Amazing" and just have her entrance needs to have people getting light.
It's gonna be JT.
Oh, JT.
There we go.
I feel like
JT shaking ass with their hands out. Wake up.
But this,
I mean, go.
No, go ahead.
I kind of wish that she had gone back to Team Bad. Like, just had gone back to the bandana, like for the real ones.
Yeah, it's not. But I think this match has, and we haven't even got to her opponent yet. This match has a lot of. This is really show and prove for Jade Cargill. I think that a lot of her first year was kind of anchored to Bianca, and we already know Bianca is great. We know she's amazing, and this is Jade's first time out on her own without that help. And to our point, to everyone's point here, it's with Naomi. She's great. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Jade, a lot of people are kind of looking at her now like, okay, it's time to get the return on investment here, because now you're out there, you're on your own boat now, and this match is Mania match.
Second Mania match, by the way. That's kind of yeah. And it's most women don't get back-to-back Mania matches.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey is not, well, for all intents and purposes.
She probably
who knows what happens. She probably will be. But it's very hard to get a back-to-back Mania match. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They obviously believe in her and what she has to offer. And I've always, the one thing I've always said is, like, if Bianca is like the John Cena of this thing, I feel like Jade Cargill more equates to like the Dave Bautista. Like,
that's a really good comp.
Like the strong, still learning along the way, but you can tell that there's an energy and an attraction about her that draws you to her ultimately at the end of the day.
And that's why it sucks to hear so much of the negativity that was surrounding her disappearance. I mean, we still haven't gotten the story about it. I think at this point it doesn't fucking matter. She's back. It is what it is. But I think there's going to be.
But I do think she needs to make it a little bit more simpler. I think she's making things a little bit too complicated with the way she's portraying herself.
Yeah.
But I think she needs to pull it back and make it simple. Like, we love Jade for Jade.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like the scorned widow queen.
Blood on the fit. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Blood in my eye. You know what I'm saying?
It's so weird. It's such a weird. Like, she's trying to make the story, but she needs to let creative make the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doing a whole bunch of working on social media. Let the people who get the big bucks do this. And you just kind of walk in, look at the script, say okay, and then do it and tell you to do it. Like, I think that just stick to that, because they have a plan. So as it comes to this match, I'm gonna say something that might be controversial here. It does not look to me, or it does not seem to me, that Jade will be winning this match. It does not seem to me that she's winning this match, because she needs to get a lot more reps in with Naomi. I think she's also looked way too strong against Naomi, to a point where, like, it just doesn't look realistic. I even asked a couple weeks ago, why do I want to see this match if all she does is whip Naomi's ass? Like, it didn't make sense to me. However, I do think Naomi will do this with help. I would hope and pray that our girl, Lash Legend, is under that ring at WrestleMania and is going to assist with this. Because ultimately, to me, and we'll talk about this as well, is Jade having a partner to help her with this impending threat with Naomi. But I'll go ahead and go on a limb and say I think this will be a great showcase for Jade to show what she can do as a singles. But I also think that she was in the doghouse, and I do think that just like she lost to Liv, she's gonna be eating shit for a while because of whatever happened with the women, or has happened with the women. She might still be kind of eating a few pins before she makes it back to where she was a year ago, for sure.
I agree. I think everything that you just said is literally, you said everything that I was going to say.
Yeah.
Naomi has just been sniveling and getting her ass beat the entire time. There's no, like, I think last week I was like, why do I care? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, why do I care? I know why I care, but like, why would I want to see this happen again? Like,
yeah,
Naomi's definitely winning, and I don't think it's just Lash. I think that Jakara will be with her too. I think it'll be both of them.
I didn't say
I
Jakara
don't
because
Jakara's.
She's not great. She's not great.
But I think that they have not separated those two at all.
Okay.
And I think the women's tag division needs something.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And so I think to help build up the women's tag division to eventually have Jade break out and be the star of that tag team, which also they gonna need a new name, because Meta Girls will be nothing without the other two.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but I think Lash and Miss Lollipop are
Miss Jackson.
Lollipop Jackson, yeah. Are definitely gonna cost Jade the pin.
I like that. I'm also going, well, kind of, part of me does think Jade is gonna win just off the strength, but you're right. It makes the program a lot more interesting. Especially, I do think it has potential to continue after Mania. Yeah. If they want to do that.
Mania always got that one match that makes us scratch our heads like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did that happen? Like, why did that person lose? Like, there's always one match at Mania where it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I call it the Y2J AJ Styles match, where it's like, what the fuck just happened? Did I just witness that? I think this will be the what the fuck match that happens during the show, that where someone loses unexpectedly that we did not think it was gonna happen. I think this is the one, and we should bank on that one. So we're all in agreement. We 2-2 at this point. Let's see what we think about this next match. Mills, what you got to say?
The triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. All right, so it's Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair versus champion IYO Sky. Yep. We recently put up a clip on our social medias regarding the reasons why Bianca Belair is probably being booed in these situations. And we said essentially the reality, and it sparked a lot of like people are actually like, they're still arguing to this day. back and forth about it. But we said essentially,
they called us coons. They called us coons, Jordan.
I'm sure they did.
I seen it. They called us coons.
I muted the tweet. So.
Yeah, they called us coons. They said we're some of the biggest coons.
Oh, well, how you gonna do it? But it's more so if you look at the last year of Rhea Ripley versus the last year of Bianca Belair, it's the reason why there's people cheering Rhea Ripley. There's a lot more to it in terms of like being betrayed and her redemption story and reaching the top and stuff like that. And essentially, Bianca Belair has just been tag teaming with Jade and whooping many of an ass. So her getting in this situation and not only just being like, hey, Rhea, you acting kind of weird. I know you lost the championship, and she's blaming Bianca for her losing the championship, which is another thing. But it's like, I think you should wait your turn like everyone else is, because I have properly won the way into this, into this main event match. Eventually, Rhea gets in the championship match herself just by Adam Pearce. Just fuck it.
Well, fuck Rhea. There's a lot that happened. There was a rematch that we didn't know that Rhea wasn't, and I think that's key to the story as well. Is that like sure. I think people look at this story and they're just like, well, Rhea's white, so she get in the match or stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, there's actually like kind of like it's a very good through line. All three of these women have issues with each other in different ways, right? Rhea's issue with Bianca is that she really wanted to face Bianca. And I think she's threatened by Bianca, and she's childish. And we all know that Rhea is a childish character, and it's been brought up by Charlotte earlier this year. I don't think that was a mistake. Like, she brought up how childish she was acting, how impulsive she was, and that character has come out. Now, whether or not you respect the way that the creative is telling the story, that's completely on you. But I think that it looks like she's a brat, and she's throwing tantrums, which is valid. It's fair. But also, Bianca is also acting like the fucking goody two shoes. Hey, she didn't do, like, the fans don't want to hear what Bianca got to say because it's not the fun option that they want. Shout out to Armand. It's not the fun option that they want. and that's why they're booing her. And I was like, it was funny because they booed her in America and people were like, man, it's just showing you where we are as a country. I'm like, no, someone has to be booed. Like, she's next to two very popular stars. And Bianca, and my thing is like this. If Bianca's not, like, at least people are not just silent. Like when Zoe Stark comes out, like, people have a reaction to Bianca, whether it's booing or yelling, and that's ultimately what gets you the TV time. And it's not like it's like 100% boos for her. It is pretty much even between all of the women in this match. It's just a little bit more cheers for Rhea, and I think that, like, I think people are underestimating how big of a deal this match is in general. Rhea is from Australia, IYO from Japan, Bianca from America. This is like a fucking the greatest powers of all continents, or of some of the biggest continents coming together. Like, this is an international ass match, and it's also the match between, arguably, if Becky's not here, the three top chicks out right now. That's three top women out right now. Like, it's these three. These are my three. Other than Becky, these are my other. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. This is a big fucking deal. I think that you can't have this match without Rhea in it because of how popular she is. IYO, y'all always want IYO. Niggas always want IYO to be in something. They thought she won't make it into Mania. We thought she was going to lose to Rhea the other week. And when she beat her, we were like, oh, well, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? And that meant that she was getting to Mania. And then we have Bianca, where they basically plucked her from SmackDown and said, get over here. You're a Raw superstar for the next 3 months.
And that was Netflix.
Yeah.
Where's she at? Ooh, shit.
They did that on the Zoom too. They said, where's she at? And hung up the Zoom. But, like, again, it is the three biggest women in the company right now. Why would you not be excited for this? My big question is, even throughout all of this, throughout all the pushes, I don't think the three of us are going to agree on who should win this match. And I'm going to start with you, Jordan. Who do you think is going to win this match?
Oh, man. I don't think that they're ready to let that streak go yet. I think Bianca's going to win strictly because...
Interesting, yeah.
There needs to be a streak. There needs to be a Mr. WrestleMania. There needs to be a Mrs. WrestleMania, and it's going to be Bianca. They're not going to break that streak. It hasn't been going for that long. This is what it's gonna be her fourth or third Mania. It's too early. It's too early to break the streak. I think there'll be a double turn. I think she will leave Mania heel, perhaps.
Ooh, okay.
Evil Bianca. I've been calling it. I told you, Evil Bianca is on the way.
It is. I saw she had all those clips in her hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a girl one. And I said, NXT Bianca is amongst us.
Yeah,
she's coming.
Because she's gonna be like, she'll win and be like, why the fuck y'all booing me for doing what I said? For doing what I said I was going, for being great.
Why are y'all booing me when I was always supposed to be in the match in the first place?
Yes.
And also, if you look at her on TikTok and she's doing all these like, well, let me explain myself TikTok. So she's like, it's like, why the fuck, like, girl, you ain't never had to explain yourself before.
Yeah. I love this.
Who are you trying to convince? Me or yourself that you're doing right?
Story time with Bianca.
Exactly. And like, she's always got a point. She's never wrong. If I got punched twice, I'd be like, yeah, girl, fuck this. Y'all both lose. I'm done. I'm done with this. But like, yeah, like, it's very clear that something is coming. She's been in all black lately. That little leather situation she had, like, I don't know. The writing is on the wall.
Yeah. I love that theory. We thought Bianca was behind the Jade thing for a long time. We thought it was her, but she hasn't exactly not been questionable or sus. Even if she didn't do the Jade thing, she's still been sus irregardless of anything, because you didn't give a shit about trying to like really figure out who did this shit, other than, you know what I'm saying, a couple times that it happened. So we've definitely been hashtag theorizing Evil Bianca for quite some time. Meals, who do you think is winning this match? Let me see if I'm wrong here, if we all three have a different opinion.
So you're probably wrong. Because I think Bianca's winning this match. I don't think it's for the same reasons though. I think Bianca's just winning this match because she's Bianca fucking Belair. Like, at the end of the day, like, the reality of the matter is they wouldn't be giving her this match if she could have been very well been doing whatever she was doing on the brand she was doing it with. She could have maybe snuck her way into the SmackDown Women's Championship match. She could have been in this it could have been a big 3 triple threat. She could have been doing whatever she was doing over there when she was doing it over there. Like you said, it's Bianca Belair. There's Netflix involved. Mm-hmm. The one way to keep her latched to that damn show is for her to win that belt.
Yeah.
And she's not going anywhere.
Well, that would mean Montez. That would mean Montez and Dawkins. They're on SmackDown, so they're the champions.
I low-key feel like the brand shit don't even matter anymore, because
it absolutely does. But I mean, like,
they don't really like travel. It's not like a big 4-day travel week anymore, and they don't even do it by brand anymore. Like, it's really, it's really like, all right, I'm going to Raw. All right, see you on, Tuesday. Wednesday. Yeah, or Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. Like, I don't think it's as big of a deal. But they on separate brands.
They travel together. They're married meals. I think that is like
travel with Dakota. Travel with your homegirls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I personally, I don't know. It feels like a tag ladder match is coming, and I don't think that they're going to keep those titles on them for very long.
Yeah,
I think. I think just Bianca. Just there's been so many times like people have bet against Bianca, and it's like, well, now you feel stupid because she won. And she wins a lot.
Yeah,
like she does.
She's only been pinned by like Liv, like in the last year, like, and that's it. Like it has not happened often. So like I'll give you that.
I'd rather her win than I don't want a never been pinned at WrestleMania. Nah, fuck that. Never lost at WrestleMania. How about that? I don't want this never been pinned shit.
I think that I'm gonna defer from you guys, and I think that or rather diverge. I really think IYO is retaining here. I think Bianca is going to go back to SmackDown, because I think her and Jared are going to team up against Naomi and whoever the new girl is. I think that's just J5 booking. My booking ideas never come true most times anyway. But I think she's going back to SmackDown. I just can't see her just leaving like that. Like, it just doesn't make sense yet. I think Rhea is strongest if she chases, but I also feel like we're missing one big thing going on Raw that hasn't happened yet, and that's the return of Becky Lynch. I think a returning Becky Lynch is like a huge thing because Rhea beat Becky. And then when Rhea was injured, Becky took her title. And I think that she left on that note. And I think that there's a lot of unfinished business with Rhea and Becky that could still go along with Rhea being the one to chase. I don't see Rhea getting that title back until like maybe SummerSlam, but Becky Lynch is on the way back. Now, to your point, you guys could be right, and Bianca could win, and Becky and Bianca could be reignited, but double turn here with Becky as the face, Bianca as the heel. I think there's a lot of money in that. I think there's a hell of a lot of money in that shit. However, IYO is just like, people don't recognize this, but Triple H loves IYO Sky. Like, he fucking loves her. She is always in something. And I think that he really wants to like have her as a major focal point of the women's division for a while, even if that means Becky does eventually beat her or Rhea eventually beats her. That's why I think IYO retains. I think Bianca, my prevailing theory is that Naomi will cost her the title. That's been my name. That's been my
that would be interesting. That would be interesting, yeah.
Is Naomi, because Bianca's name has never really stopped being in Naomi's mouth. And the way that they left off, where it was like, you left me in the ring screaming your name, and just to go after this title, like, nah, motherfucker, you coming back here? You got to face this. You got to face what you did. And having Naomi in the Meta Girls cost her makes a lot of sense, because we could always come back to Rhea and Bianca 1-on-1. But this type of match can only happen one time at Mania, and that's why I think IYO retains. I think some fuckery happens, because I think the triple threat is on night 2, and Jade and Naomi's night 1. So I think that's why I think it's going to be IYO retaining. But if it's Bianca, I'm not going to be mad either. But I think streaks are just outdated, man. Do we need another streak?
I don't know. I mean, they've been building her in this way, and I don't know. I see your vision, but part of me is just like, they've built so much equity in this. Why stop here?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Funny part is, last streak that happened, there was actually another streak that's going on for the last couple of years, and I have some intel on it. Well, it's not really. You're not. If I say who the person is, you're gonna be like, all right, who the fuck cares? But this person had a streak. They went into WrestleMania and say like, hey, just remember, I haven't really lost at WrestleMania, and they said we don't give a fuck, and they lost at that WrestleMania.
Who was it?
It was at WrestleMania 39 in that big tag team match. I'll let you know who you can look it up. It's a 4-way tag team match, WrestleMania 39. Only one of these people.
Was it
It was Braun. It was Braun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like the only one. Yeah. It was. I was like the tag.
I was like, it wasn't Profits, wasn't Otis. I was like, it had to be Braun. It had to be Braun.
Yeah.
It was that big schmoz. But that was our conversation on the top women's matches in WrestleMania 41. Jordan, this has been great. We got to have you back. We got to have you back. This is amazing. Tell people where they can find you, and anything that you've been working on, where they can see, anything like that.
I mean, you can find me on Twitter at Jordan Said So. You can find me on Instagram at Jordan Renee, RENEE, Jordan like Michael. That's really it. I have a newsletter that I haven't updated in like 3 years. Maybe I'll do it one day. You should subscribe and find and maybe see.
I've been waiting for an update.
I know. It's called thefangirl.substack.com. So call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Yes, sir.
They said, do you want to make a Jordan commercial? And she was like, yeah, fuck that then.
Let me tell you something. Every time it's like, Jordan needs this, I go, I didn't say that. Well, that's it. And then they're talking about like the clients.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Who told you I need that?
Coolest job ever. Thank you so much, Jordan, for being on the show. Mills, take us home, man.
We will see you guys next time on part 2 of our WrestleMania prediction party. Thank you guys, and we'll stay tuned.
Peace.
Bye.